The morning he stopped on the shoulder of a quiet American highway, grease already on his hands and worry heavy in his chest, the past came rushing back before he even knew why. A luxury car sat helpless with its hood raised, steam thinning into the cool air, and beside it stood a woman whose posture carried power, success, and something painfully familiar. He was a single father who fixed engines for a living and hearts for no one, yet in that instant, as fate pulled him closer, the life he thought was buried forever began to breathe again. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet miracles that find us when we least expect them, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel, Grandma Dearie, to keep these stories alive. He had not planned to stop. His day had already been measured in minutes and dollars, with school drop-offs, overdue bills, and a long shift at the garage ahead of him. Being a single dad meant every choice had weight, every delay a risk. But kindness had become a habit formed long before life hardened him, back when love still felt simple. So he pulled over, guided more by instinct than reason, and lifted his tools from the trunk. As he approached the car, he noticed the details without trying. The flawless paint, the expensive watch on her wrist, the calm authority in her stance even in inconvenience. She was clearly a CEO, a woman used to boardrooms and control, now stranded by something as small and human as a mechanical failure. As he leaned over the engine, hands moving with the ease earned from years of work, memories stirred. College hallways filled with laughter, late-night dreams whispered under cheap apartment lights, promises made when neither of them had anything but hope. She had been his first love, the one who believed he could build a life from nothing. Then ambition had pulled her forward, while responsibility had anchored him down. Life had separated them without cruelty, just the slow erosion of time, choices, and silence. He had married, loved, lost, and been left holding a tiny hand at a graveside, promising his child he would be both mother and father from that day on. The car problem was simple, almost ironic in its ease. A loose connection, a small oversight that halted something powerful. As he fixed it, the irony mirrored his own life, where one moment years ago had changed everything. When he finally straightened up, their eyes met fully, recognition blooming with shock and restraint. She had not expected to see him like this, grounded, worn, yet steady. He had not expected to see her like this either, successful beyond imagination, yet standing alone on the roadside, guarded but vulnerable. Time moved differently after that. The world did not stop, but it softened. She recognized him too, not just with her eyes but with the quiet pause of someone meeting a memory they never truly let go of. He thought of his child waiting for him at home, the lunches packed with care, the bedtime stories told with exhaustion and love. She thought of the long nights in glass towers, the victories celebrated alone, the love she had traded for a future that still felt incomplete. What began as a simple act of help turned into a reckoning with everything they had become. She learned, without words needing to be spoken, that he had lived a life of sacrifice and quiet heroism. He saw that success had not protected her from loneliness or regret. The road between them, once so wide, suddenly felt narrower. The challenge was not fixing the car or revisiting memories, but deciding whether two lives shaped by loss and ambition could find space for each other again. In the days that followed, change arrived slowly, like dawn rather than lightning. She found reasons to be near the small garage where he worked, drawn not by nostalgia alone, but by admiration for the man he had become. He struggled with doubt, questioning whether he belonged in her world, whether reopening his heart would confuse the stability he had built for his child. Single parenthood had taught him to protect what mattered, to avoid risks that could ripple outward and hurt the one person who depended on him completely. Yet kindness has a way of reshaping fear. She saw his devotion as strength, not limitation. He saw her success as earned, not intimidating. They began to understand that love did not have to look the same as it once did. It could be quieter, steadier, forged by resilience rather than dreams alone. The biggest challenge was trust, learning that the people they were now could choose each other freely, without the pressures that once pulled them apart. The turning point came not in grand gestures, but in small moments. Her sitting in the passenger seat of his modest car, watching him explain the world to his child with patience and warmth. Him standing in a sleek office lobby, realizing he did not feel small there because he knew exactly who he was. They were no longer chasing futures. They were honoring pasts and building something honest in the present. By the time the seasons changed, so had they. The road where they met became a symbol of how life pauses us when we need to look back before moving forward. He remained a single dad by title, but no longer by spirit. She remained a CEO, but no longer alone at the top. Together, they discovered that love does not always return as it was, but sometimes as something stronger, shaped by endurance and grace. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that broken paths can still lead to beautiful destinations, please take a moment to like this video, share it, and support our channel so more stories of hope can be told. Before the ending, we have a special request for you. Please comment below and tell us if you believe first love can return in a new, stronger form, or if kindness has ever changed the direction of your life. In the end, the single dad and the millionaire CEO did not find perfection, but they found truth. On a quiet road, with an engine humming back to life, two hearts remembered who they were and chose who they wanted to be. And for anyone watching, the message lingered softly but clearly. Sometimes love waits, patient as a roadside miracle, until we are finally ready to see it again.